let's chat today a little bit about kind of secrets of real estate, secrets of the trade, and things that have come up on showings and those kinds of things. Like, I think our clients don't realize when we are showing the property all of the kind of behind the scenes things that are going on, because it's our job to make sure that it's easy for the clients and that they're not worried about anything. So we get to be stressing and worrying about all those things. Do you have any examples of any things you guys can think of?
Well, we got stuck in the parking garage and had to walk around for quite some time to find the door that would open because the door locked behind us.
I too have been stuck in a parking garage.
And I was showing 2 different groups of people at the same time.
So that's really stressful.
Yeah, we're all just like awkwardly stuck down there.
Were you panicking?
Kind of, yeah.
How did you say you got out again? You just like found a door that was open?
It was made of wood.
No,
Did you break it? Did you break it down?
No, we found a door like that took us out in the back, and we had to walk all the way around in the grass. Yeah.
Going into condo basements or where the parking is can be tricky, because if you don't bring the key, then you can get just locked in there. I've been locked in one.
What's another way you can get out, Jen?
Open the garage.
Well, how?
You go up to the door and you jump. Pretend like you're a car.
I didn't know that would happen.
Like the pressure sensor hose thing.
Well, yeah.
Or they have like a motion sensor or something that
like
as the car's
motion.
rolling up, it senses it and the garage door goes up.
Yeah.
So next time you're locked in the garage, go running back and forth really fast.
They're going to be like, what is she doing?
And you have to run in circles.
I'm the right tire.
Somebody be the left tire.
We've never done that. Oh.
And then we eventually get back, and Anthony's up there waiting with his people. I'm like, I'm so sorry.
I was stuck in the garage.
Well, I didn't say that because I didn't want his people to be like, what the heck?
You just gave them the tour to the outside.
Yeah.
It's like we wanted to be extremely thorough. Right? That's what it is.
You got to know what you're buying.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And I know you mentioned a little bit about locks, and people don't realize how stressful opening doors can be, because some locks are really hard.
Yeah.
Some are really easy, and some you have to pull towards you, and some you have to give the hip, and some they get stuck. And the realtors, instead of getting a different key or a different lock, they're like, oh, you just have to wiggle it just right. And you're sitting there praying that you're wiggling it just right.
Yes, especially if they lock the deadbolt and the other lock.
Because you don't know which key is which because they're both the same. And
Yes. And then you think you unlocked them both when you locked one of them, and you have to keep going back and forth. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think our clients would ever think about that, but usually we can get there early and we're futzing around with that stuff. And you're just like, oh man.
Especially if 2 groups waiting on you to open the door.
That'd be stressful. I was showing a condo once, and I had a key that wasn't turning in the lock, and I was standing there for like a minute and a half while the buyer was waiting for the door to be opened, and I was like, I'm so sorry, I don't like, it's not working. And I went down to, and I was like, maybe they like the previous agent switched the keys, so I went and I opened up the other lockbox for the different condo and like came back up again. It was a whole ordeal, and it was so stressful.
So the other key opened it then?
Yeah.
So somebody switched the keys.
Yeah. And I was like, oh man, I'm so sorry. Like, oh.
That's one of the things. Sometimes you can open up a box and there's no key in there because somebody put it in their pocket and tootled off, and you're like, oh.
Or dropped it underneath the deck.
Oh yeah, I dropped one underneath the deck and had to do the belly crawl underneath, and my dress clothes.
Broke it off in the key.
Oh yeah,
in the lock.
Oh, that'd be
yeah, because I'm usually the one where if I'm having trouble with it, I'll just ask the buyer, and I'll be like, "Hey, could you try?" And then,
I do that too.
Then
really, I've never thought
guy
about
like
that.
broke it off in the lock, and I'm like, that was too much. That was more than what I was thinking.
I guess we're trying the windows now.
But that is something that I've done, is gone around and opened, tried to see if back doors and garage doors and stuff. And a lot of times they are open and you are able to get in. But you don't want to do that, because who was it? Somebody did that. And maybe I just heard about it online. Yeah, we did. We got locked. We had an Airbnb in Florida, and it had 8-foot fence around the pool. And the whole family was in that backyard, and we got locked out of the house. And there was no way out of this pokey fence that was 8 feet tall.
So we're stuck in the backyard.
Yeah, we're just stuck there. No phones with us. So
There wasn't
we,
like a gate that opened the
no.
fence.
so we figured out that we could, from the outside, push the bathroom window open, and then we shoved Carson through it. And he stepped on the top of the toilet and landed in there, and then he came and let us back in the house.
Oh my gosh.
I had to do that too once. I was
Did
at
I push Carson through a window?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had to push Carson through a window. But then there's this other time. It was a surprise birthday party and for my friend, and his girlfriend rented out the Airbnb. And he had the keys, but we had to figure out how to get into the Airbnb before him.
For the surprise.
Yeah. So I had to climb through the windows to let everybody in. It all worked out in the end, but yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Sometimes you got to do what you got to do, you know?
Yeah, I have an old picture when I was with an asset manager type person for, we're going to talk about it pretty soon, for a foreclosure on REO property. And we needed to get in the property. And her job, she needed to rekey it, but there was something kooky with the lock, so she needed to get in and then unlock it before she drilled out the lock. So I have a picture of her. She grabbed some junk from the yard, and she's standing on it, and she hi-yah'd herself through the window and got in that way. And I was like, oh, I don't want your job.
Dang.
But yeah, all the things.
If you like content like this, consider watching some of these other videos, hitting the subscribe button. If you want to know what your house is currently worth, go to HomeTeam4u.com and look at the free evaluation tool.